Radiant team back. Dire team back.
Jerk. That is then Epicenter down the line. So this is the StarLadder ImbaTV Dota2 miner. Just getting the miner though, pretty big deal, of course, in itself, and a pretty big deal for either one of these teams. I'm Breaky CPK, going to be your caster. Once again, going to be doing this solo casting, aka casting with chat. So thank you for tuning in, my co-casters. We got a Doom first pick from Gorillaz Pride, a Sand King Brimstroke response from Anvorgesa. Brimstroke, bit of a takeaway, I'm sure, as well. Brimstroke's really been one of the top heroes in the South American qualifiers. It almost feels like he's been picked up nearly every game, honestly. But the big thing we do know, and we were kind of speculating after the last series, was TA going to be banned? And sure enough, the very first ban, Gorillaz Pride did not even put a second thought into it. They're like, yeah, we're taking away this hero that you just simply dominated with in the previous series. And even in the first game loss, Chris Luck played very well as that Thunder, or as the Templar Assassin. So understandable that they ban it with their very first ban. Now it's a question of where do you go from here? They're going to go Disruptor, at least, for their second pick to pair up with the Doom. So not necessarily your typical support hero that we see a lot of the time, but Disruptor, definitely a strong skill set in his own right. I've said this before too, and even talking about it just yesterday, I believe, when we happened to have a Disruptor game. In fact, was that Gorillaz Pride? Let me double check on that. Was that them? I don't think so. No, I think that was in the very first series. No, it wasn't even that one. When did we see the Disruptor? Maybe that was from the NA quals then. Point is, yeah, not the most picked, but we happen to see it pretty recent. Clearly liked here, though, from Gorillaz Pride to pair up with the Doom for now. Doom, position 3 or position 4 Doom is certainly left open as well. The Lifestealer ban, though, going to happen from Gorillaz Pride for now. And really am intrigued to see what Chris Luck ends up playing. And not to say, again, that he can't play other mid-heroes. It's just, now that his Templar Assassin's banned out, what direction do they go from there? But Chris Luck versus Ush, the mid matchup, that should be a pretty good one, honestly. Ush, of course, the North American representative, and a fantastic mid player himself.
10 seconds remaining.
Good to see him on a roster that he's found in the South American region, and one step closer to qualifying for a minor. Wouldn't that be something? It always is cool having the opportunity to cast these games specifically, these series, knowing that, you know, let's be honest, it really is life-changing for a lot of these players, especially for teams like this to qualify for a minor. And I mean, when I say teams like this, we're talking about two teams that Gorillaz Pride won. I mean, I don't believe any of their players have been to a minor this season. I might be wrong on that, actually. It's hard to keep up with the South American Dota 2 scene sometimes, but it's still a very limited opportunity. And then Anvorgesa, of course, themselves, obviously completely new experience for most, if not all of those players. So it's a really cool opportunity. And you know, even if you go and finish 7th, 8th place or whatever, you're still getting to travel to another country, play Dota 2, a game that you love, and you still take home some decent prize pool on top of that. To double check, it's $7,500 for these 7th and 8th place teams, so not too shabby for playing a week's worth of some Dota 2 in another country. Alright, not that I need to oversell the importance of this, but goes back to my point of, again, realizing how big of an opportunity this is for a lot of these players and the chance to compete for so much money. A lot of recognition on time, so happy to be here. All right, the bands to follow. Meepo, the Meepo band from Gorillaz Pride. So I suppose that's maybe another hero that Chris Luck is known for playing. And they're not going to give him that option. They ban the Brewmaster as the 5th ban on the side of Team Anvorgesa. And now thinking about their 3rd pick. Do they go the mid option here? They've been doing that, of course, the TA the last series. Or do they play a bit more safe and perhaps get another support?
5 seconds remaining.
Figure Whisper is going to be the one to play the Sand King this time around. They did the previous game in the last series. And then offlane roll. Could use another support. Could go like the Rasta route, a Shadow Shaman. Wouldn't be too bad here.
Sven stands ready.
They go Sven. So we saw last game will be the same. Then it's going to be a position 1 Sven being ran here by Anvorgesa. I believe that that was them, right? Yeah, that was them with the TA. So that was Madara. Again, not the same Madara, not the Greek Madara. I mean, at least I'm 95% certain that's not. But still, interesting enough, again, he's a stand-in. They had another player, K1 is his name on Wikipedia, but he had a different long game. But point is, he was having a lot of tech issues, and after the 2nd game, he wasn't able to. Or no, it was actually. That's right. He was only there for the 1st game, right? Because in the 2nd game, he had issues, and they had to end up getting it. So. 3rd pick for Gorillaz Pride.
Radiant team pick.
Leshrac. Or Leshrac, as he says. Going to be picked up by Gorillaz Pride as their 3rd option. Abaddon's not picked yet. Yeah, somebody in chat's bringing that up as a potentially strong hero still this game. And I suppose Anvorgesa could go the Abaddon. Still, if they have something that they prefer.
Remaining.
Just in general, a really solid support hero right now, and the power of Aphotic Shield, what it can purge, and that Mist Coil spam is ridiculous. I think it's like a 4.5 second cooldown. You can just spam it over and over and over again. Especially in that laning phase. Forced to deny yourself if need be. But yeah, Leshrac coming out, a decent hero against somebody like Sven. He's not really that concerned about the war cry and kind of stand his ground against him somewhat. Assuming that's going to be... maybe should have made an assumption on that. I was going to say maybe it's going to be a core Leshrac for sure, but not 100%. Doom could easily be in the off lane and then could run that position 4. Although I will say, if that's the case, they don't have the greatest setup for Split Earth right now. So either way, no matter where Leshrac ends up, the Split Earth setup is not that great for Gorillaz Pride. So something that they may want to address with these final 2 picks, whatever roles that they're going for. As Lich comes out, that's not a hero we see a lot right now himself as a support option, but if you're bound to see a Lich, why not pair him up with a Grimstroke? This was the classic combo that we were seeing tons of right after that was 7.20, right? When
10 seconds remaining.
Grimstroke came in and the Soulbind synergy, as well as just 2 very annoying supports to play with. You have Grimstroke applying the Inkswell, you have Lich applying the Frost Armor. Yeah, I like it. Usually it's paired up with a Phantom Assassin. That's where we really saw it shine, but they already have a Sven, so I'm sure he's going to be the target that they're throwing these buffs on, and he's good for it too. Doesn't have that jump in like a Phantom Assassin would, of course.
Radiant team back.
Anti-mage.
Anti-mage coming out. I like it. This actually is a really good anti-mage game so far, isn't it? A lot of their crowd control is projectile. Sand King Burrow Strike, of course, ideally can get a stun in, but maybe not, you know, if he's able to pop that counterspell in time. So it's
10 seconds remaining.
It's a pretty good anti-mage game. He also has a couple of targets, both the supports if they happen to be low on mana, blow them up. Can Anvorgesa address that with their final pick?
Dire team ban.
Which likely is going to be the mid option, as they banned Shadow Fiend, so they're They're not sold that this is going to be a mid Leshrac. Has Anvorgesa been to the minor? They don't even have a Wikipedia page.
10 seconds remaining.
I suppose some of their players maybe have.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay, Whisper did go with Majestic Esports. Okay. Oh, so this... Oh, well, there you go. So Majestic Esports essentially was a... So they were... It was Chris Luck, Whisper, and K1, the player that's having the issues that's not here now. But then as well as Dunhai and Yadami. It's that roster there. Couple of different players now this time around for this event, so... Couple of the players, I suppose, have been to the... have been to a minor at least, but even then, I mean, the point still stands. Even if you've been to 1 or 2 minors, I mean, still getting the opportunity to go back is obviously a big deal.
Dire team pick.
OD band from Gorillaz Pride. Kunkka still there. Seems like a decent mid option for Gorillaz Pride right now.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Huskar is still there as well. So make an appearance last game. Ember Spirit, another mid one that comes to mind.
Radiant team pick.
Admiral Kunkka.
Do go the Kunkka. I do like the Kunkka. It's a good send back against like a Sven or a Sand King. X marks the spot. It's definitely gonna work this game. And it's whenever you have the 9th pick mid option, not knowing what you're going up against, I think Kunkka's a pretty good option usually. One of the hard counters to Kunkka is a Timber Saw. Or no, not necessarily. No, I'm thinking something else. Never mind. I mean, Timber Saw I suppose is okay, but yeah, I was thinking a Dragonite matchup actually. No, different for Kunkka. X and stuff would actually be annoying for a Timber Saw. There is that Huskar option. As mentioned, they do have Doom, which would be annoying. They go Monkey King direction though.
Heroes.
Okay, so we'll be the Monkey King for Chris Luck. Matched up against the Kunkka, we figure, unless they do an audible here and throw a Leshrac mid as a result of that Monkey King pick. Which I suppose isn't out of the question. Yeah, no, Ush is going to play Leshrac. Yeah, that makes more sense. Definitely a much more favorable matchup for the Leshrac right here. So it ends up being a mid Leshrac, even though when they picked it, I don't know if they necessarily were planning on it being a Leshrac. We just paused? We did. Let's tell when all of a sudden things start to freeze a little bit. The game has been paused, but Moose on the Kunkka is... Wait, Moose is their position... Is he the position 3? No, he's position 4, right? Yeah, position 4. So Sword, so it will be a Doom offlane, and Kunkka's going to end up playing a support in the end. Okay. So, I mean, I mentioned the Kunkka pick for a mid option. I mean, maybe they were planning on running a support all along, because Kunkka's skill set still is strong. But yeah, we do have the Lich Grimstroke supporting cast. Paired up with Sven to be able to run in. Also now paired up with the Monkey King to hop on in. I do like the synergy of Anvorgesa's lineup. I am concerned though that this anti-mage is going to get out of hand. This Monkey King didn't necessarily address the anti-mage with that final pick, so that's where I'm not certain about it. And especially now, I'm sure they picked the Monkey King with the idea that it'd be matched up against Kunkka, but that's not even the case now. So, yeah, is Monkey King really that great? I don't know. Well, as we heard, we at least are on pause now. Gonna be ready to get loading into our first game of this best set of 3. Retweet going of this match. Get people tuning in, the hype. Minor spot on the line for the South American region. I know, a lot of you are here just simply to wait and see when the series finishes, so the patch may come out. But 2 things for that. One, respect the teams right here playing for a minor spot. I feel like they definitely have earned it, and it's important for them, as I was stressing earlier. But 2, they did say it's going to come out after the qualifiers. It doesn't mean it's going to be right after, so I want to make sure people aren't set up for disappointment. They are majestic. Jesus Christ, this caster. Yes, I figured that out eventually. Sorry, I'm admittedly not that sits here focusing on the South America Dota 2 scene and knows the in and outs of the rosters and the team, so I apologize. No need to be so hostile with the caps lock.
That's more like it. That's more like it.
Mr. Komodo, I don't even know. Your name is way too long. Your name's like 25 characters. All right, anyways, back to the game. Tipping going on. Battle points being given out. Helping one another. Hi, Mr. Rush.
You have done a great service.
Yo, this guy has no chill, man.
So, Leshrak. As Anti-Mage is right now setting up to be mid, though. So, Kunkka's going to be at the bottom lane with Doom. Unless, okay. They are swapping things up. A little interesting. I was very curious for a second. Anti-Mage into the Monkey King mid.
30 seconds to battle.
But no, it will be Leshrak, and they're just waiting to see where the opposition is, because now Anti-Mage is heading towards the bottom lane. Do the very aggressive ward. In fact, I believe they did the same ward last series, at least one of the games. And is up here setting up the trial lane, so Anti-Mage wants to avoid that, I'm sure. Mind going off lane into the Sand King. Doom is making his way up here.
Begins.
You have done a great service.
Sand King got the bottom rune, so that means it's going to be a 3-for-1 for Anvorgesa. Start things off, so obviously a good start for them. As Disruptor, oh, he's going to help block a little bit. Ush missed the initial block. Good backup right there from Disruptor. Still going to be a favorite for Monkey King slightly. It's down the Sentry, he's going to go counter ward. Start here for Chris Luck. Who's sitting mid? That would be Kunkka sitting in the mid lane. For that courier to come through. A sword top lane, the tri-lane's on him, and he could not get away. It looked like the Inkswell hit, and he just could not run away at that point. Sure, the Stormhammer used as well. So Doom will TP back to the top lane immediately, but he's going to have to play the game of survive as long as possible. Sven, though, is TPing bottom lane. They got the first blood, and now they want to match up against the Anti-Mage. But because he's TP'd down here, I'm sure Anti-Mage may look to TP to the top lane. Kunkka's still chilling. Where's the courier? The courier is up here, so actually he might get it on the way back. Unless Monkey King finds something suspicious. I mean, Kunkka hasn't shown yet, so that's a possibility. He might micro the courier differently on the way back, but or he may even hold on to it. Yeah, I have to assume, though, Anti-Mage is going to want to TP to the top lane. And down here in Lich. Make sure he gets that safe lane farm. As I hear, yeah, there we go. He's going to be TPing sure enough. And Kunkka walked back as the courier was coming. Oh man, he really just mistimed that, unfortunately. Guess he figured maybe he just figured he wasn't going to be able to kill it. At that point, though, why is he waiting so long? So, I don't know. He's got a Torrent to set up mid lane. Try to go for it. Torrent lands. Just luck. The Splitter, the Mischief is not going to help him there. And the Lightning Storm. One more auto attack. Yes, it is enough from either character, and they get the kill. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage goes down, though. So much for being a little bit safer. He goes down to the top lane of what's Grimstroke and the Sand King. Guess as a stroke of fate hit him to finish the job, perhaps. Gaze to pull in Disruptor. Stormhammer setup. Very fast playing from this Radiant side early on. Excel, he's going to be cut down by Sven. So it's a 3-1 start now, favoring Anvorgesa. As Doom slowly walking back towards the bottom. Monkey King. Oh, Split Earth again with the Mischief, though. He's 12-1 against an 11-0 Leshrac. He's certainly doing well. It's back to the top lane. Disruptor, he could be in a lot of trouble. That Inksoul hits. And no chance to get away. Anti-Mage, all that he can do is right-click and hope that they get off. Not likely to happen there. Disruptor is going to have to make the walk of shame. Boots even. Slowly make his way back, though, as Doom soaking up farm bottom, for now at least. This landing phase is certainly favoring Anvorgesa early on. All three of their cores are actually doing very well. The mid matchup's the one that's kind of back and forth right now, but both the bottom, Sven and Sand King at the top doing fantastic. Point of the game. Which doesn't even have Frost Shield yet. Level 2 of the Frost Blast can be used. Sven's in pursuit. It finally gets there with the Stormhammer. Took him a while. Torrent. Oh, Torrent comes out though and stops Sven pursuing further. And he'll turn around and go back for some last hitting.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Bottle pickup on Sand King at the top lane. Invis Rune as pause.
That was unexpected.
Invis Rune going to be picked up by Lich. As we see right here.
To a future of grief.
I think he's going to be able to make much happen with it. More of a denial from the other side. Caster likes pineapple in his pizza. First off, Breaky CPK is the name. Second off, I don't mind it. I'm not searching for it. I don't go to a pizza place and ask for pineapple pizza, but it happens to be pineapple and ham or whatever, you know, I'll have a slice or two. Okay. Jericho just suicides to the tier 2 tower at the top lane. There's that Invis picked up. Now they ping it out, they know, but again, Lich is not going to be able to do much anyways with this. You know, Hush necessarily needs to be too scared. Or maybe he does, because now he has the mana. He's got some mangoes even. He does have Gaze. It's only a 1.3 second stun, essentially. We get some Jingu stacks up, but he's going to Frost Blast open, pop the mango, there's the Gaze. Here comes Kunkka, though. Perfect timing for him. X going to be put out as well as Split Earth, making sure to lock down Monkey King, not give him a chance of chasing further. So no kills in the end, but definitely saving the Leshrac there.
Bounty!
5-minute bounty runes coming out, and 7.22 is gonna be fun. What are we gonna see in the patch? Who knows? But it's about time for a change. It has been a while, hasn't it? Since the last bigger patch. Been a pretty long stretch right here. All the events that were taking place. Let's see, 7.21D was March 24th, so literally 2 months ago was 7.21D. 7.21 was January 29th, so yeah, it's been essentially 4 months since the last decent patch. I guess C was a decent patch. That was March 2nd. That also introduced Mars. Yeah, C was pretty good. D, to be fair, D did do a fair amount too. But still, 2 months since the last any bit balance change, that is a while. That does feel like a while for a game. Good to have that patch coming out soon.
Bounty.
And who knows, maybe they'll add a shrine, add a second Rochon, you never know. Anti-Mage, gonna get comboed, but he'll be fine. Has double Wraith Band coming out to him. Eventually. Courier stops being used. Ush is over here with a Shrine Pop and Kunkka. Well, they're gonna smoke back towards the mid lane. See if they can make a play on Monkey King. That X, the Torrent, there's a Torrent. The Torrent does not hit. Maybe if the Torrent hit. Okay, it's a 2-1-2 build from Leshrac, so does the value point and double Edict. Holding up Split Earth as well as Lightning Storm though. Net worth, it's Doom leading the way. He's really picked up. He had a very difficult lane up top, but of course they made the rotations. Now he's doing much better bottom. Speaking of the top lane though, Disruptor, and you're probably dead as he gets a glimpse off at least. But Grimstar comes back in. There's a Pearl Strike on all 3 heroes. The Gaze as well pulls an Anti-Mage, so Sand gonna survive for now. Taking out Disruptor, Anti-Mage getting very low. That's a blink ready. X gonna bring back Jericho.
Not so safe harbor, eh?
Can they really do anything with it though is the question. Probably not unless Ush has something to say about that. Pulse Nova is activated, just running at them. Doing some good damage over time. He gets stunned with a Pearl Strike and Ush is getting low. He ends up falling. It took him a while to cast much else. And he goes down a 1-for-1 train. We're looking good for the Radiant. Anti-Mage is gonna fall. Double kill for Stinger. That seemed a little odd right there. Leshrac just kind of charged in with a Pulse Nova and didn't use any. I don't even think he used Lightning Storm or Edict for that matter. I was being very hesitant on using other abilities, but either way, that's a great turn for the Radiant. Nearly 739 gold, it looks like to be exact, going their way.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Lich Fort's into the bottom lane. Help defend it, throws up that Frost Shield. Doom's trying to finish those drums. He also has support coming in. Rush included, Lightning Storm opening. He dodges the Splitter at the X was not immediately. Either way, it doesn't matter. Edict will help tick down the tower. That's a 4-kill streak stopper as well for Ush, so that's a pretty important kill for the Leshrac. And they get the tower on top. Now Sven wasn't just a last game thing. He does go the Hand of Midas once again.
Dire's top tower.
So very same build as last game. The Hand of Midas into the Echo Saber. Now last game wasn't a huge fan of it. It did work out in the end, as Tsunami was talking about. This game, I think he definitely can get away with it a bit better. You know, they're not against that all-in early push strat. Game that will scale certainly. I still feel like the Echo Saber first item that we usually see is pretty good in itself and a nice flash farming tool anyways, but this is definitely a little bit greedier of a route. Lich, X, Torrent missed. Interesting. I'm pulling back in time, but he is still gonna die. It's not the prettiest execution here, but they are gonna find Grimstorm too. The Split is just out of range. Man, these Torrents and Split Earths are slightly missing. They're having those pauses for lag and stuff like that. It's believable. Yeah, G-Prime, they're going to push bottom lane now instead.
Dire's middle
As the
tower
team go for the tier 2 tower, that Edict to level 2, so the 2-2-2 build on Leshrac.
are scanning.
Just wants it all, damn it. Love the animation, by the way, of this. Pretty cool. They are going to catch Disruptor, though. Kinetic Field's not going to save him here, as 3 heroes really just collapse on top of him. Unexpecting. So Drum's finished on Doom. He's going to use it right away. Pops a Doom on Sand King, picks up the Bounty Rune in front of him. Frost Shield, I don't think is going to save him, though. Ush running at him with the Pulse Nova and the Edict. They get the kill on Sand King. Ush wants more. Lightning Storm in, but he realizes that there's more there than he wants, so he turns around and goes the other way. Kunkka's here as well, does not have level 6, though. And that will be the end of the fighting, so this other Bounty Rune also going to be picked up, and it was a 3-for-1 to favor G-Pride this time. Anti-Mage got one of the Bounty Runes up at the top. Monkey King's also going to go the Echo Saber, not that that's surprising. Both him and Sven looking to pick it up. Hop on the tree. Trying to make a play at the top lane, but there's supports here. In fact, they see Lich coming. They're going to catch Lich first. Splitters. Chain Frost bouncing around even. Ush is getting very low. Ush is going to fall. Are you kidding me? He gets turned. The Mischief play in the midst of that as well from. That wasn't even Mischief, either way. They get the turn kill onto the Leshrac, and I mean, the fact that Lich lived is absurd. Chain Frost doing so much damage, though. Bouncing between the heroes and nothing else. Now Sword. He's running around in circles. Scorched Earth's active. Shockwave through the burn. It is enough damage to take out the Grimstroke, but now Doom, I'm going to survive against the Monkey King. Yeah, I mean, it has to be said, that one right there was critical missing. Missing that splitter allowed that Chain Frost reaction to happen and the end result. So I don't know if it's lag or what, but you can't have many more of those misses. A minor spot on the line. She's going to be gone on here. Epicenter on top. The Pulse Nova used, so he did some nice return damage, but good mana proves to be from the Radiant side. Enough damage to make the kill happen. And Anvorgesa. 1,000 net worth early on in this game. I still think the Anti-Mage is going to be an issue. So, despite this early lead for Anvorgesa, I don't necessarily think they should be feeling too comfortable. The win percentage is looking decent, 69, haha, 31%. But Battle Fury queued up now for Mr. Anti-Mage. Leshrac is struggling on farms, 6th in net worth currently. Looking to build that Rod of Atos after the early ring of, or the Arcane Boots. Blink finished on Doom. He is the top farmer in the game. He's continued to be, and that's showing now too. With that Blink Dagger to go with the drums. Monkey King has his Echo Saber delivered. Speaking of that, Sven's getting close to it as well, using the Hand of Midas. Well, it's worth, so he is just about there himself. BKB is probably going to be a pretty important item in this game too for both those cores. Wouldn't be surprised to see that next for both of them, in fact. Dealing with Disruptor, Doom, Leshrac, Kunkka, it's all just heroes that Black King Bar is pretty good against. Very calm play in the middle lane right now, but not calm for too long. Wukong's going out Soulbind on Leshrac. No one else yet, though. He's not going to tether that anyone. Doom finally gets out of the Wukong, but he gets stunned as he does. Chain Frost bouncing around. Excel gets picked up quickly, and Sword also falls. 2 are dead on the side of the Dire. As that's going to be a third, apparently. Oh, now Grimstroke goes down, and so does Monkey King over here with Anti-Mage jumping in with the Mana Void, doing some good damage. Pulse Nova active from Leshrac, but again, he gets stunned at the last second. He goes down. They do kill Sand King. So back and forth from either side, as Anti-Mage will stay alive, but Moose got picked off over here by Sven, or more so Lich getting credit for the kill, but I'm guessing Sven doing most of the damage. Alright, well, that was quite the back and forth battle right there. It looked so good for Anvorgesa initially, but The mana point from Anti-Mage as he came in, apparently doing plenty of damage. And set up a slight turn as Doom's spin.
Tower is under attack.
I think it's enough though. He's gonna survive. And now Doom himself could be in trouble. And he is in dead trouble, in fact.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, that is not good news for G-Pride. 15-minute bounty runes also happen to spawn, but mid lane, they want to defend. Glimpse is ready. This Leshrax's in so much trouble. Gets extra greedy going for the tower. Gets out of the kinetic field, though, so maybe not. They, kind of just left him. Okay. What am I saying? Disruptor's on his team. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. For the way he was setting up, I'm sitting there thinking that he's on the Radiant in that play. That makes so much more sense than what just happened. Got you guys, April Fool. It's too late. Well, the Radiant team gonna group up and push middle now, or are they? They find the stun on Disruptor. Tanking secures an easy kill.
Tower is under attack.
Doom is here to defend now himself. Shockwave ready. Kunkka ship is ready too. What the hell's happening over here though? Lich, he finds several more heroes. Wukong's ready for Monkey King. If they commit to this kill, which you can tell G-Pride knows, it's a little too aggressive, so. But they still have the tier 1 tower up, so yeah, they don't want to just give this up. Monkey King drops down. And that'll be the end of that. You see, Splitter used to kill some trees, just in case. Team looking to initiate the combination out with the Static Storm as well. Sven's caught Wukong's cancel several times. Chris thinking about it. What's he doing for so long? Finally uses the Wukong. Stunned there so much. They've lost two though. Glimpse going to be used. Chris really wants this Cone Disruptor and he's going to get it. But is this team find around him? Whisper hiding inside the Wukongs in the Sandstorm. Monkey King going to chase after another. They catch Leshrax. So that is a big kill for Anvorgesa. And yeah, that seemed odd there how many canceled like 5 different times, but the end result not necessarily that bad for the Radiant, especially getting that kill on Leshrax. Monkey King is fine with that. He is gonna buy a BKB next as expected. Sven is gonna go Blink first. That's understandable, but certainly would think he's gonna be going the BKB as well to follow. Put a Defiance purchase by Sand King. Working on that pipe. The smoke. Grouping up like they were. Don't have any smoke though, so mine. Here's a smoke. G-Pride will go for one themselves. Anti-Mage not with them. Of course, he's farming away. He's got the Battle Fury now. See that acceleration. Pride moving through. And they find the jump. Blink is ready on Doom, so is the ability. He wants to go, they're thinking about it. Lich, he doesn't want Lich though, he wants something else. Maybe the Monkey King. Finds Sand King, and Doom is going to be used on Sand King as well as the ship, so they catch it and pull back in as well into the Static Storm on Grimstroke. Beautifully played, they make 2 happen. Sinister's Gaze not going to be canceled by the Glimpse, and now Lich in an atrocious spot, although Glimmer Cape saves him. Ush is still chasing, but he cannot chase far enough. Kunkka trying to land the Torrent. He dodges it, though. Still lands the X, but now they're committed past this Tier 1 tower. He knew a Wukong's. However, the Dire team able to just run away out of it. Wukong's canceled pretty quickly right there. Ush, though, Chain Frost, will it bounce back? Ush is still dead. He just got too much of a slow on. It bounces over to the neutrals. Back over to Doom. He got his blink off at least. Down here, Excel cannot get away, though. And Sven still wants to chase this Doom. He is a fast target, though. Doom will manage to barely survive. Again, Anti-Mage just farming during all of that, so you're the Dire team. As long as it's not too many casualties, you're not too disappointed.
Cold preserves me.
Prefer it's not Leshrax, but that's fine. He does have his Rod of Atos finished and is working on his own BKB, in fact. Yeah, when I'm solo casting, I use chat as my co-caster, but it goes without saying there is a 5-minute delay, guys. So that's why when I'm responding to you 5 minutes later, that's why that's happening. Technology is crazy. They're scanning this Roshan, so they know what's happening now, but it's gonna be close actually. This is not the fastest Roshan ever. As Sword's running and he's so low, but he can't get there in time. They gaze on and Doom, and they do kill one, but they just picked up Imandara. The Soul Line is out as well. Big epicenter coming in from Sand King. He's gonna be hit by the Inferno Blade of the epicenter and doesn't kill anybody in the end, but the Chain Frost certainly gonna set up those kills at the end itself. They do kill Disruptor. It's just perfect bounces. The Mana Void does work, but they just wipe out the Dire side. The Mana Void certainly did damage there, but it was not enough to turn this fight. And now Anti-Mage needs to just make sure to get out himself, as he does just that. Although Sven trying to bait out the counter spell. Anti-Mage is not falling for it, and he will certainly get away here. But Jesus, that fight. Yeah, you see the Mana Void essentially was just one Mana Void doing all that damage, but the Chain Frost after the epicenter doing plenty of work for Anvorgesa. 2,000 net worth lead. Anti-Mage almost has the Manta Style finished. See, Lich is hunting. Glimmer Cape in, but not going to catch him. A little too slippery. BKB for Leshrac almost finished. How's Doom progressing? Crimson Guard's going to be this next item. Pretty good against the Monkey King Sven combo, of course. As Monkey King wants to get a Maelstrom next to help with that Wukong synergy. His farm in general. Sven, he does queue up the BKB and he's working on it. Hammer purchased in the stash.
Radiant are scanning.
Invisibility.
Mage. Just tell that's the game plan right now for Anvorgesa. They're realizing Anti-Mage just free farming despite these fights going their way. They're trying their best to gank him, to be fair, but he is not making it easy. He's gonna spawn his Manta, have them push. He's gonna bait out like this is a real one, but luckily for the Radiant, they didn't spend too much into killing it. You see Doom has the Crimson Guard finished. Conka, a Shadow Blade? No, he's got an Invis rune. He's spotted. Sentry's put down, and now he's in trouble. Sand King hits the Pearl Strike. Gaze to pull him back in, and Chris Luck is like, I got this, guys. Hail Mary. Should I say Kobe? 4-man push down mid. Meanwhile, Sven's going to defend the bottom as Leshrac's trying to get a response down here.
Is under attack.
To the shrine, he probably certainly wants to defend the tier 2 tower, but good movement from Anvorgesa. I gotta say, it's just, I don't know, this series is a very clean series. Like, this game is not a very clean game, but it's much cleaner than the previous series was, specifically from Anvorgesa, because obviously they were in it. So it is just interesting how that can change from series to series depending on the opponent, you know, what they cause as a result, I suppose. But some solid decisions being made here. But Anti-Mage, Eye of Scotty will be his next item choice. I think BKB is certainly an item that he would want to think about too. Although, again, his counterspell does take care of a lot of the crowd control issues. So he might pass on that. Like, he could just go the Eye of Scotty into a Butterfly. Oh yeah, he does give the Butterfly. Yeah, I actually like that a lot. So we're 24 minutes into this one. Game 1, that is, of a best out of 3. Keep reiterating, guys. Yes, the patch is supposed to come out after these qualifiers end. But this is the final series of the qualifiers, which isn't necessarily just good news because of the patch coming out, but it's good news in that one of these two teams will be going to the minor. Anvorgesa versus G-Pride. So we're going to be jumping right into, because when does ESL start? ESL starts May 28th. ESL 1 Birmingham is the next big tournament. That's the LAN there. So the 28th, which is on Tuesday. It's on Tuesday. So that starts on Tuesday, and of course, so that's going to really be the first event post the patch 7.22. You know how big it is. Well, we are going to be going here, but there are going to be some online events. In fact, one that I may be casting, or I am going to be casting tomorrow morning. That's taking place at the European region. Several solid European teams in it. That, depending on when the patch comes out, could be the very first event that actually has a new patch. So I am looking forward to that. That's going to be tomorrow and Sunday, and even Monday actually. Well, so for an event called the Chi League. Done a couple tournaments for them before for other regions, and doing a European one tomorrow, online tournament. So excited for that one too. Again, first tournament perhaps after the patch. Anyways, middle lane, glimpse back on Sven as Kunka got caught. Monkey King is deep here. He does have a BKB. He is going to use it because the split would have stopped him, and he lets it not. They also catch Kunka with the Sand King, so turning back their attention to the tier 2 tower now. So the theme continues of, I mean, these pickoffs are certainly great and they get another objective out of it, but Anti-Mage continues to farm. They are going to go for tier 3, and this should ideally force Anti-Mage back. And he cuts a creep wave maybe, and the next one, it looks like that's what he's trying for. Maybe the courier. Oh boy. Oh, the courier. Gonna be saved. Over here, Wukong's is thrown down. Buyback from Kunka. Leshrak, he's melting with the BKB even up. The soul line goes out. The chain Frosty will stay alive against the BKB, but he can't get away because of the soul line. And BKB squares off, and Sven just beats him down anyways. Oh, that soul line certainly doing plenty of work right there from the Grimstroke. And now they're gonna finish off the tier 3. And they're gonna go right for the racks. See Static Storm, Disruptor doing anything he can to delay this. He gets picked off because of it. Backdoor protection kicks in. So Anti-Mage did his job. He cut the creep wave, and he will keep them from going in. And he wants to kill Sven. Wow. He is balls to the wall. Is this the best play, though? I don't think so. He's in trouble if he dies for this. Oh boy, do they have enough damage? They do. Anti-Mage goes down. There was no need to do that. Oh no. And Anvorgesa has a free push here with 75 seconds resurrection on Anti-Mage. 50 seconds on Kunka. This Leshrak is not nearly farmed enough to be that intimidating. Doom's gonna go in. He doesn't have Doom. He puts a stomp out. They might get Sven here. Sven getting low. Ward Cry. He's running away. The Glimmer Cape also used Disruptor. Pulls him back in with a glimpse. Popping a BKB, manning up against a Doom. He is barely alive on the outskirts, and he blinks away at the last second. Meanwhile, Sand King gets caught with Split Earth. He's going to stun back in, and they kill Osh. Osh is out for 48 seconds. If they get more kills, I mean, this could just be it. Doom and Disruptor have to back off. They're going to definitely lose the racks as we got to pause. Sven is all the way back at base currently. Anti-Mage still has 38 seconds, though, before he's going to be back up.
All right. This was over before it started. Well, this'll work.
Oh, he.
It's hilarious seeing people leak, quote-unquote, leak fake patch notes. Drow's marksmanship now has a chance to insta-proc and kill a hero instead of creeps. I don't think that one's happened. Looks like Sand King's back. So, do they go tier 4 is the question. Ben's gonna run back. By the time he's here, though, Anti-Mage might be back up. And that means Leshrac would be too. They should at least be able to get the racks. They can't go another racks. There's tier 2 towers on both lanes. They either go tier 4 or they just fall back. And yeah, they are gonna fall back. They certainly could have gone for another set of racks if they had one exposed, but they did not. They could go for a shrine maybe as Disruptor. The glimpse on Grimstork, it looks like. Glimmer Cape. Saving it for now. Both Grimstork and Lich have Glimmer Capes. They're doing work this game. But Grimstork is indeed going to be finished.
I hit the kill switch.
Your fate. Your fate.
So the Anti-Mage death does ultimately result in the racks to be destroyed. Anvorgesa gets something out of it. Anti-Mage is chasing, man. He wants something. He wants blood. He wants Monkey King. Or Sven. I guess he also has all the backup, so he figures that if they try to turn, he's going to pop a BKB, but without Scotty. Yeah, Madara, that's a very early BKB that didn't really do anything. But luckily for him, he is fine. I guess he expected a lot more follow-up. G-Pride just all of a sudden playing so aggressive considering what just happened. Roshan? Very long Roshan respawn. Who is this? Is that Anti-Mage? Well, no Roshan, but again, he doesn't have a buyback. Now, they don't 100% know this, right? Because it's not a timer. Yeah, it has to do with gold.
Bounty.
They are going to make their way top lane and at least kill the shrine along the way. So that issue of Anti-Mage continuing to farm isn't necessarily paying out right now for G-Pride. So Avernus.
Dire's top shrine has fallen.
As Anvorgesa has been able to pick him off several times since then. Farm really started accelerating. Even if they don't get the most objective out of this, they are going to get a tier 2 tower and a shrine. That is great. But again, this is Anti-Mage dead for 80 plus seconds. That means that much less farm. And look at Sven. I mean, he's past the Anti-Mage now. Battle Fury was a free farming Anti-Mage for a lot of this mid game. Sven has a full Chrysalis to show for that. He's working on a Daedalus. Roshan still a minute 10. Shrek Illusion in here. That happened to be a very long Roshan respawn. I think that's where G-Pride is thankful. Because if Roshan's up, then they very likely get the second Roshan. Timer favoring them. Monkey King, they're going in. The perfect balance strike over to the Soulbind follow-up, and down goes Leshrac as well as Doom eventually. The ship's not saving him. They both have buyback. At least Doom's uses his. Sven did pop a BKB for that. Monkey King did not. Anti-Mage pushing out bottom, trying to put pressure. Force a response. He's going to blink in aggressively. See if the Radiant does so. And they might just keep this going. Oh, the Chain Frost. Perfect Chain Frost on 2. Doom, that's going to be a dieback. Kunkka's dead for 45 with no buyback himself. So yeah, who needs to worry about their base being destroyed when they're killing tier 4s right now? Anti-Mage, you gotta get back, buddy. You are not winning this trade. And I don't think he realizes that. This tier 4 is gonna fall. Leshrac is up with his buyback. A late one, I might add. Actually surprised he didn't buy back initially himself. Anyways, he pops BKB. There's an epicenter in response, though. Disruptor is going to get picked off, and Anti-Mage, he is finally TPing back in, but suddenly he doesn't have much teammates, although the Mana Void is not enough damage. Out come the Glimmer Caves, and now Anti-Mage himself, he has to blink out. Counterspell to help save him. Disruptor with the buyback. It's going to be a dieback. Godlike for Monkey King. The Ancient is now exposed, and Anti-Mage, the lockdown, he's dead. That should do it. GG, game 1, going the way of Anvorgesa. Who would have thought? This team, again, they do have minor experience this season. But I can't say going into this event, I would have figured, I definitely didn't have them as the favorites, but They take game 1 at least of this best out of 3. Certainly with plays like that, they can move on to the minor. They're one step close now. Gorillaz pride. And to figure out what went wrong, and you know, it's...